actually be used for?
Well, this business is invested by Chinese investment, but also with the national companies affiliated with tycoon in Indonesia, and also have widely known to be unfriendly to environmental protection and human rights protection.
Yeah. So, what did you make of the way the police responded to these protesters?
It's too militarized. I think we condemn police violence, police brutality against residents of Rempang Island. I think this is not the first violence related to the constructions of national strategic projects that threaten local communities, that threatens indigenous communities in Indonesia. And this indicates that national strategic projects are again in problematic nature, in trouble. And I think the central government, the authorities responded to citizens' protests by threatening them and also by justifying the arbitrary arrest and arbitrary detention against so many local protesters. And they deployed military and the police with an excessive size of force, including the excessive use of weapons and tear gas, which endangered adults and school children at their classes at the time. It is difficult to justify that tear gas entered the school area for amnesty because it was blown away by the wind as claimed by the police. And I think the excessive actions clearly degrading human dignity, degrading human rights as recognized by Indonesian law and international human rights obligation of Indonesia.
Yeah. The government, Jokowi, has said that in fact these people will be compensated for their land, they will be given money, they will be given a new home. Is that the case?
Yeah, the government promised to relocate them and also give them some money, but it wasn't through a meaningful participation and consultation, and therefore the native people of the island or from the island have consistently and constantly rejecting the construction of this business center.
Yeah, so in effect, the community doesn't want to leave this land, they want to stay where they are.
They want to stay in where they are because they have lived there with their, parents, grandparents, or their ancestors for many, many years, long before Indonesia even exists.
Yeah. So, what do you think is going to happen now? Do you think there's going to be any form of consultation, or is this just going to be forced through?
I think the likelihood is that the government is going to force through the projects, learning from previous many other national strategic projects led by Jokowi's administration. It has always been, ignoring people's aspiration. It has always been sidelining the importance of human rights, the importance of government obligation to inform them, to consult with them, and to obtain a free and prior informed consent from the native people, including in West Sumatra. A couple of months ago, there was also a militarized approach against the local people who reject the constructions of similar national strategic project, and also last year in Wadas, Central Java, in which the government also forced through the constructions of national strategic project without consulting with the local people. So this has already been a pattern of Jokowi's administration, and in implementing the development agenda, implementing the investment projects without consulting first with the local community, including in West Papua, where indigenous people have no chance to really, to be informed or to be consulted, let alone to be given a chance to give their consent over the land grabbing or over the expansion of palm oil or expansions of the new mining areas such as in central Papua.
Yeah. And from past experience, do you think the communities will be properly compensated if they are forced off their land?
No, I haven't seen any proper compensation given by the government in past experiences, including in Papua, where the expansion of palm oil mining, or even the new finding of nickel in Raja Ampat, or nickel mining in Morowali, Sulawesi, and also nickel mining in Halmahera in Maluku. So that is the reason why so many human rights organizations as well as indigenous rights organizations have consistently criticizing President Widodo's ambition on investment.
Yeah. Good to talk, Osman. Thanks very much for your time.